guys. All right, here we are at the beginning of April. So happy April Fool's Day. We have Mercury going retrograde today at 27 degrees. We have the last quarter moon in Capricorn today. All right. Obviously, Ceres, the planet of nurturing, parenting, and agriculture, is in Capricorn at this time. All right. And then we also have the moon in Capricorn going to square over to the sun in Aries. And then we have this cardinal energy, right, where we want to start initiating things. But the retrograde, meaning we need to start taking a step back a little bit, starting to review a few things. Mercury can speak about things pertaining to communication, transportation, things happening in the local community. This can definitely be where, there may be more of a connection trying to come back together when it comes to like siblings and cousins and things like that. All right. If you're meant to share some sort of ideas, if you're doing some sort of research project, if you're working in the media, you're going to see a bunch of these things start coming up. All right. Because Mercury rules over communication, you want to start taking a look at technology as well. So try to make sure that you have access to all passcodes and things like that pertaining to your phone. All right, be careful. Make sure your phone's protected. I would say, like, make sure you have screen protectors on. All right, that type of thing. Things just happen to break at this time. Okay, that's just what we're looking at. So here we have the pre-shadow period. I believe it started on the 18th. All right, we're going to be going from April 1st to the 25th, I believe, with Mercury in its retrograde phase. And then we'll have a post-shadow phase that's going to last from the 25th all the way up to, I believe it's the 14th of May. All right, so this normally happens 3 to 4 times a year. Specifically this year, Mercury will retrograde in the spring season happening here with Aries energy. All right, so the very first zodiac sign of the astrological chart normally focuses a lot on self. All right, it will then go again in the summer phase. It's going to have its pre-shadow in Leo. It will go retrograde, and then it will move into... Okay, so the summer phase only happens in Leo. So that's interesting. 2 fire signs so far. Aries, Leo. All right, let's see here. It looks like it's going to retrograde into Virgo as well. All right, so Leo, Virgo energy in the summer phase. And then in the winter phase, it looks like it happens in Sagittarius. So Aries, Leo, and Sag. Ain't that something this year? With Mercury in all fire signs. All right, a little bit of Virgo as well. All right, so interesting. That's a good thing to know. All right. Let me just read out these energies. Let's speak about these energies, these fire elements. All right. So Aries, Leo. Let's pull Virgo as well. Sagittarius. And let's pull the fire element. Here we go. All right. And what the retrograde actually means. We got the last quarter moon in Cap. Let's pull that energy. I'll read this all out to you guys. Last quarter moon Cap. All right. It's interesting because we're going to have that solar eclipse that's going to happen with this retrograde phase in Aries as well. All right. So let's look at the retrograde phase here. All right. So the pre-shadow and the post-shadow periods as well. Let's read it all out. I'm in a reading mood. All right. Anyway, here we are, Monday, April 1st. All right. It's Moon's Day. I said there was going to be something significant about the transits that were happening lately. A lot of important transits were happening on Moon's Day. Full moon lunar eclipse that happened in Libra on the 25th was on a Monday, Moon's Day. All right, here we have the full quarter moon happening in Capricorn on a Moon's Day, also with Mercury going retrograde. And then next Monday is going to be that solar eclipse in Aries. All right, that happens to be on Moon's Day. All right. Let's look into this energy. Let's speak about the Mercury retrograde phase first, because that's what we're actually in. All right, so the pre-shadow period that started back on the 18th of March. It says the pre-shadow phase of the retrograde occurs in days leading up to the retrograde. In this cycle, you may feel the build-up to the actual retrograde prior to the station date. When the planet appears to stop before beginning retrograde, this phase provides major clues and can already feel as though the planet itself is in retrograde. For example, the pre-shadow phase of a Venus retrograde could have you find an object or remember an ex in some way. During the actual retrograde cycle, they might make an appearance in your life. Right? We're not speaking about Venus's retrograde. We're speaking about Mercury's retrograde. So if it has to do with like transportation, you're going to see that maybe a tire on your car needs to be fixed. You need an oil change, right? Maybe you lose the key to your car. This stupid type of shit happens, all right? Let's speak about the actual retrograde phase, all right? So the planetary retrograde occurs when a planet appears to move backwards in the sky from our vantage point. In fact, the planet is not moving backwards. Planets always move in the same direction in their orbit, but when its relative speed and proximity to Earth changes, it can create the illusion of backwards motion. Every astrological planet aside from the sun and moon goes through retrograde. Retrogrades are a great time to take a break from the fast-paced nature of your day-to-day life, reassess things, and set intentions. In the birth chart, retrograde planets can indicate the ability to see matters from a psychic perspective. All right. Let's speak about the planets that are with this whole, Mercury retrograde in Aries. We have the sun there, we have North Node, and we also have Chiron. So, pertaining to wherever Mercury and Aries is in your chart with all these other planetary transits, this can take a big toll on the energy of your destiny as well, because that's North Node energy. We had Mercury already cross that threshold. We're going to have the sun cross that threshold actually happen this week on Thursday, April 4th. All right, we're going to also have like other conjunctions that are going to be taking place in sextile and semi-square to these energies. All right, so let's look at the post-shadow period once it goes, direct. All right, the post-shadow phase of the retrograde follows the retrograde. This phase takes place after the planet has stationed, when the planet appears to stop before beginning retrograde, and is now, when it appears to stop before beginning retrograde and it is working its way to the final degree where the cycle began. All right, so it happens at, 27 degrees. It will go to, let me take a look. It'll go back to 15 degrees, and then it will end its post-shadow period back again at 27 degrees, where its pre-shadow period started previously, before, all this happened. It says, in this phase, you are clearing up what became undone and what was confusing during the actual retrograde. In general, post-shadow retrogrades is where we can recover or reckon with what got shaken up during that cycle. All right? So I wouldn't go buying cars right now, signing contracts, getting into any type of detail. Don't put your name on shit. Nothing at this time. You better look at every single detail of every single thing if you're putting your name on any damn thing. All right? I'm just saying. What was I also looking for? I wanted to pull Sirius out of here, because I was going to go over this whole last quarter moon in Capricorn energy, with Sirius being there as well. All right, so within the next 3 days, here we are, the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd. We're going to have the moon in Capricorn. The 3rd, early morning, 5:08 a.m., it will ingress into Aquarius. All right, and it will meet there with the energy of Pluto. Let's look at this. All right, so last quarter moon energy, it says here, the phase moon is 50% lit with the sun illuminating its left side. The name last quarter comes from the fact that the moon has entered the final quarter of its orbit before becoming a new moon. All right, sometimes called the 3rd quarter, this cycle can be quite empowering, as the dreams that were planted at the beginning of the cycle have taken root. This is the time to appreciate your growth and accomplishments. People born in this phase are typically loyal and intuitive. All right, let's speak about Capricorn's energy. It says, one of the most serious signs of the zodiac, Capricorn is here to get the job done. Represented by the goat, Capricorns are the entrepreneurs and CEOs of the astrology wheel. ready to tackle hard lessons without breaking a sweat. They are ruled by the planet Saturn, which teaches patience and serves as a guide toward inner authority. A major shift happens for most Capricorns during a huge transit known as a Saturn return, which occurs every 27 to 29 years. This is a challenging time, but also an opportunity for Capricorns to grow beyond their wildest dreams. It's interesting because we just had Saturn return in Capricorn. I want to say back probably like in like 2018, 2019, something like that. All right, it has gone through Aquarius, it's gone through Pisces, and we're, just wrapping up this energy to get us ready for Saturn and Aries next year, 2025. All right. Let's talk about Ceres. Ceres is the largest asteroid between Mars and Jupiter in Roman mythology. Ceres is known as the goddess of the crops, bringing abundant gifts and nourishments. Ceres is also associated with fertility, feminine cycles, and the seasons. Her daughter Persephone is taken to the underworld by Pluto for 6 months every year. While she's gone, Ceres goes into mourning the dark and barren fall and winter seasons, and she rejoices with her daughter returns, the fruitful months of the spring and summer. Ceres' warm and loving energy represents nurturing, planting, and healing. Wherever this asteroid appears, it should bring soulful rewards to you. So here we have the last quarter moon that's squaring over to the energy of Aries, where Chiron is, which is actually the asteroid of the wounded healer. All right. What does the square bring? Tension to the areas in your life in which you are supposed to be healing at this time. It's going to be a difficult month, but it's going to be a very fruitful month for people to grow and expand as a person, to be able to mature and move forward with their goals in their life. All right, let's talk about this solar eclipse in Aries energy. This is where Mercury retrograde is happening. We've got North Node there, and again, Chiron. All right. So, solar eclipse energy. A solar eclipse occurs when the sun, moon, and earth are in position where the moon appears to be blocking out part or all of the sun. So I believe this one is a total. All right. During these events, the sun and moon are in the same zodiac sign. Viewing a solar eclipse, though you should never look directly at one, is a spiritually and visually enriching experience in astrology. This event is perfect for manifesting your dreams and embracing new opportunities. All right, now let's speak about the energy of the fire elements that I have here. All right. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and represents the beginning of the astrology wheel. Symbolized as a ram, Aries are action-oriented and ready to go. They are always passionate and excited for new adventures. This feisty fire sign connects with the world through a courageous zeal and drive for success. Aries are fiercely independent and can often jump into something before fully ready. This is both a major blessing and a caution for this ambitious sign, as they are here to break boundaries with their trailblazing efforts. Aries are the initiators of the zodiac. They start shit and they don't finish it. That's how it works. Okay? I find it interesting because it is part of a fire sign. I'll read this out real quick. Fire signs Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are the most passionate and zestful signs of the zodiac. They express themselves with motivation and determination, and sometimes they're through sheer force, it says. You may need to grab the extinguisher if things get heated with the fire sign, as their impulsive actions may lead to some real destruction. But even if they are quick to argue, they are also the first to forgive and will step up for the underdog in a fight. They are also extremely loyal and generous. Their smoldering sensuality is ultra passionate, making them among the sexiest in the zodiac. Okay, where my Aries at? Happy birthday to y'all, all right? But that's what it's given, though. It's given like the fire element is the passion behind why you're doing something, right? If it's pertaining to, again, communication, if it's pertaining to, I don't know, if you're working in the transportation industry, whatever it is, right? It has to be that you are passionate about whatever it is that you're doing. If you're on the media, what are you speaking about? What are you communicating? Why is this passionate for you? That type of energy is here. All right. So this is going to be Mercury retrograding in Aries, Leo / Virgo, and Sagittarius, all fire elements. All right, let's speak about Leo's energy, the summer phase. All right, so Leo is represented by the lion, and you can hear them roar as they enter every room with gusto. They are the shining stars of the zodiac, ready to take on the world in style. If you want some advice if you want some advice on coordinating your outfit, consult a Leo. So they're like the fashionistas, I guess you would say, of like the fire signs. Fierce Leo is one of the most loyal signs, but do not cross these fiery lions. They will let you know who's boss in a quick second. Clear on what they want. Leos have zero fear of going for what they set their sights on. All right, Leos love to be in the spotlight, love to be the party of the room. Like when they step into the room, it's like you know they're there. Spotlights on them. They have to be the one that looks good, right? They know their shit. They know what they're talking about. That's what it's kind of giving me. All right, but here we have Virgo's energy. So it's kind of giving me like in the summer phase with Mercury going retrograde. It's like if you want to be the shit, you want to be the bomb.com, you better know your shit, because that's Virgo's energy. They're very efficient. They're very detail oriented, very organized, right? Let's look at it. It says ruled by tricky Mercury. Mercury going retrograde in its own sign, all right? Ruled by tricky Mercury, these earthy signs make their list and check it a million times. Virgos, symbolizes the Virgin, are all about perfectionism. They are one of the most detail-oriented signs in the zodiac and will not stop until the job is done just right. They are often the most analytical and the most organized in the astrology wheel. They may have hidden talents, though they are often afraid to share with others because of fear of imperfection. But when they loosen up and let others in, they are amazing friends that you'll have for life. One thing I know about a Virgo that I know, they are loud as shit. And I love it because I'm a loud ass person as well. Obviously, you can tell. Right? And a lot of people can't stand that. But it's like, if you are someone that knows what the hell you're doing, you want to look into every detail, you want to be organized, you want to be a perfectionist, don't allow that to stop you from showing who you are, even when you fuck up. It doesn't matter. All right? Be who you are. That's how I feel. All right? So Sag energy here. Represented by the Centaur, a half human, half horse. The sign Sagittarius is the most magnificent archer of the zodiac. Sagittarians are skilled at bringing life's major issues into full perspective. Very generous and jovial. They will give their shirts off their back to anyone in need. Because of this, Sagittarians must be careful of overextending themselves and of being too quick to make decisions. Ruled by the planet Jupiter, they are ready and willing to have a good time and can often forget about their responsibilities. They also have an uncanny ability to land their feet in tough circumstances. All right. I don't know. One thing about Sagittarians that I know, my sister's a Sag, I'm a rising Sag. When shit gets hard, it's almost like they don't give up. You know what I mean? They don't give up. Unless they feel that they don't belong there, obviously. Like, why would you stay somewhere where you feel you don't belong? But at the same time, you know what I mean? It's not giving up on your dreams. You know what I mean? They could be very adventurous. They could be very optimistic about certain energies. All right. I don't know, guys. The energy feels good today. The energy feels really, really good. The last full moon that we had was in Libra. All right. Last quarter moon here in Capricorn. We'll have that new moon in Aries, and then we'll have the first quarter moon in Cancer. All right. So this is like cardinal energy that's happening right now. With the cardinal signs again being the initiators. It has a lot to do with specific areas in our chart. Let me read this stuff out to you guys. All right, so Aries initiates through action. Cancer initiates through devotion. Libra initiates through partnerships. And then we have Capricorn that initiates through strategy. So what's your strategy to come through this whole Mercury retrograde energy? That's what I'm getting with this last quarter moon. What are you releasing? All right, what are you surrendering to? All right, so let's look at the transits for today. The moon quintile Saturn. The moon is going to semi-sextile Pluto. Sesquiquadrate over to Jupiter and Taurus. Sesquiquadrate to Uranus and Taurus. It's going to sextile Mars in Pisces, and then we're going to have it square the Sun in Aries. All right, so I think the biggest thing today is going to be the energy of the moon and the sun squaring each other. All right, with this cardinal energy. All right, guys, let me see. I'm feeling my cardinal deck today. What's going on here? What's the energy like with this Mercury retrograde happening with this last quarter moon in Cap? Every time Mondays come, I'm like, what's the tea? What's happening? What's hitting? Because that's what it all is about, right? Like the moon card is the energy of the subconscious. It is your hidden enemies. It's you having to tune into the energy of your intuition. Like, what is happening right now? And why is my light feeling like I'm being interviewed at this time? Like interrogated. I couldn't get it to be anywhere else, so sorry if I look extra bright. It's not my fault. Alright, I have natural endings and closure, delayed completions and setbacks with the Apple card here. I'll read them out to you guys. Just give me a second. Alright, we have the Jasmine card here. Hope, light, and in the darkness. Avoiding doubts and trusting one's judgment. And Pimpernel. A crossroads, trusting one's judgment, overcoming indecision, and reading the signs. Down at the bottom of the deck, the sickle, which is definitely speaks about the finality, taking a deep breath and reaping the harvest, aftermath, and the reflection of a specific ending. All right, that's the very last card in the deck here. So I'm seeing the numbers 53, 10, 12, and 54. All right, so I'm getting 8, 10, I'm getting 9, and 12. I don't know. I'm seeing 8, 9, 10, and 12, but I'm not seeing the number 11. All right. So this is giving me like strength, hermit, wheel of fortune, and hanged man. Where the hell is my justice? Okay. Libra energy. Where is my justice? That's what I just heard. All right. Let's read these guys over. 53 Apple. I'm getting winter energy here, spring energy here. So this has a lot to do with the winter solstice and the spring equinox. 53. Here's the Apple card. It says everything has an ending, whether it's today or 100 years from now. Nothing can stay as it is, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. We naturally shy away from death and change, but don't forget that this too is in nature's plan. Something in your life needs closure. Come to terms with it, embrace it, and know that it's an ending. Something new and beautiful will soon emerge. That's what I'm kind of getting when I pull these two together. When I see 53 and 54, obviously they come one after another in the deck, but this is the very last card of the deck. All right, the sickle. So I don't know. Maybe this can speak about like the last quarter moon in Capricorn. Obviously, this is like winter solstice energy, right? Because Capricorn is part of the winter phase. I don't know. Let's look at 54. It says the sickle is not just a sign of gathering the harvest, but also a sign that you've reached the aftermath of a long and fruitful year. The challenges that you have been facing are nearing their end. It's time to reflect back on what has passed, both the good and the bad, and to learn from it. Take those lessons and apply them to the next time you reach an obstacle. This is the way of growth, and we'll see you next spring. See what I'm saying? And then spring energy came out. So Jasmine's here and Pimpernel. So number 10. Wow, why does it give me the energy of like you finishing the winter solstice energy here and jumping right into the spring equinox with the Wheel of Fortune? That's what it feels like. It almost feels like you worked really, really, really hard during the winter season. All right, with number 10 being here. It says, in the Philippines, a couple prepared to part, the young man to the city and his bride to remain at home, worried he will fall in love with another. He gives her his dagger with the promise that if he does, she can kill him. But when he returns with a new wife, she plunges the knife into her own heart instead. You may feel as though your current situation is hopeless, but jasmine blooms during the night, releasing its sweetest scent when it's dark. Right now, you do not have to take action, only let yourself feel the hope that something beautiful will come out of such darkness. Alright, so if you're in a very dark space right now, or at least having to end some sort of specific hardship in your life during that winter solstice, the winter season, the spring season is going to be like amazing for you, I feel. Alright, I'm going to read the flip side of all these cards, but I kind of want to go through this side of the deck first. Alright, so we're skipping over number 11, which is cornflower. I'm going to actually read this out because it's the only energy I'm feeling that's not here. The cornflower is remarkable for its beautiful blue petals, which create striking clusters of color against the green and yellow of agriculture fields. So perfectly bright are they that it is said parts of the sky only tumble to the ground, forming these beautiful patches of blue in the grass. The cornflower reminds us that it is not a bad thing to be unique and stand out. What may seem out of place to some may be a source of great and unexpected beauty to others. Maybe this is what you're working on right now, and how to stand out and show your beauty to others. It is the retrograde phase for Mercury, right? How do you want to present yourself out when you communicate whatever it is that you're working on here? Last quarter moon in Capricorn is obviously saying you're wrapping things up that aren't serving you so that you can present yourself here in Aries season with what it is you are planting your seed with. All right, let's look at number 12. The Scarlet Pimpernel owes its folk name, Wayward, to a German legend. A girl who planned to elope with her beloved arranged to meet him at a crossroads, but waited for days for him to appear until eventually her feet took root and she turned into the first pimpernel flower. What the fuck are you waiting on? It's pissing me off. This is that full moon in Libra energy. It's like, did that finish already? Because it needs to go. That's what it's giving me. Life has brought you to a crossroads and you may not know which road is the right one to turn down. But you are not the first person to have come to this junction. Others have gone before you and their wisdom remains to watch over you. Whichever road you choose here will be the right one. You're indecisive. And you need to stop doubting yourself. Alright? Whatever is holding you back from the past, that's done. That winter energy, it's like it's over with. Alright, let's go back to 53 on this side of the deck. This is crazy. It's giving me like a real shitty energy at the end, when it's supposed to be positive for you here. Don't hold on to anything that's holding you back. That's what I'm getting. Alright, so the apple card on the flip side of what we just heard. Alright, not so long ago you set out on a path with a goal in mind. Now, after all of your hard work, determination, and passion, you're so close to completion that you can almost taste it. But a hitch has pushed you back a few steps, undoing some progress. Don't let frustrations convince you to throw it all away. Have patience, untangle the knot in front of you, and accept that delays are inevitable. Success will be just as sweet tomorrow as it would have been today. See what I'm saying? Alright, anyway, 54. You've done it. This card represents finality and endings. All of your hard work has come to fruition, and now is the time to reap the rewards. The sickle is a tool for harvesting, a link between your body and the bounty you have worked through, your own expansion. Your harvest is gathered, your loose ends tied off, and you can draw a deep breath knowing that you've earned every moment of this, and just around the corner, the next spark of inspiration awaits. Alright, so here we have Jasmine. It says, you have taken some good initial steps on your journey, but you're starting to flounder. Perhaps you feel as though you could have set out in a different direction, or others are calling you foolish for doing the wrong, or doing things the wrong way. But you chose this path for a reason. Jasmine always grows exactly where it's meant to, and so do you. You know exactly where you're going and why. Don't let your doubts or the scorn of others make you question yourself. This is people trying to hold you back from your journey and whatever it is that you're doing. You have to trust your own judgment. That's what it's saying. Alright, I'm going to read cornflower from this energy. It says, when cornflowers grew more commonly amongst agriculture crops, they were considered weeds by the farmers whose sickles were blunted by their thick stems. But it was a field of the weeds that hid Queen Louise of Prussia and her children when they fled from Berlin, and kept them entertained in the weaving of crowns from the flowers. A situation or idea may seem unimportant, but even weeds can be treasure in disguise. Don't dismiss them. Take the time to find their true value. What's entertaining you? Even though this information or whatever it is that you're gathering here is kind of giving me like, because others don't agree with it, or others don't understand it, or others are saying that you're on the wrong path, you may want to dismiss whatever it is that you're working on. I don't feel that you should. Alright, because you need to trust that the signs you're reading right now are leading you exactly to where you need to be. The pimpernel is also known as the shepherd's weather glass, as it can both tell the time of the day and foretell incoming weather. Its petals always close up at noon and will only open again if it's due to be sunny. If it's rain on the way, the flowers won't open at all. You find yourself in a position of not being certain which direction to take, but all of the signs you need to make the right decision are there. You just need to trust in your ability to spot them. Okay. What was it that was delaying you here? What was it that was delaying you with this apple card here in the winter season? Whoa, what was that? Of course, Chiron falls out. As I'm speaking about the last quarter moon in Capricorn energy, right? Winter solstice energy. Here goes Chiron, and I just said that there was a square today's energy with Chiron and the last quarter moon in Capricorn being there with Sirius as well. All right. So Sirius, again, being about agriculture, this has a lot to do with how are you reaping your harvest. All right. You have to focus in on healing, or at least that's what Spirit wanted you to do back then, was keep healing. That's why Spirit kept saying you need to be patient. Okay. Divine timing, guys. Divine timing. All right. Something that you worked really, really hard on back there was healing. What's this sickle card about? Mars. You see what I'm saying? Whereas here you were really focused on healing. Now that this energy is done, now that you have, you know, your finality with that, you're meant to start taking action here. And stop avoiding what, you know, you're feeling because other people are talking shit about it. That's what it's given. You healed. Now it's time to start taking action. Mars energy. All right. We got to think about it. Mars is still in winter's solstice energy. It's in Pisces. Until Mars hits Aries on April 30th, that's when Mars will go full blast with, you know, taking action. Neptune's energy here. Wow. I don't know. The Jasmine card came out with vision. All right. So Neptune's energy. We have a conjunction with Neptune's energy this week. Let me find it. I think it's on... It's the moon in Pisces that's going to conjunct Neptune on the 7th, on Sunday. And again, that's going to happen the day right before we hit that solar eclipse in Aries, which is on the 8th. All right. You're exactly where you need to be. That's what Spirit said with the Jasmine card. You're right exactly where you need to be. All right. So Neptune being very significant for that energy there. Let's pull one on this Pimpernel card. And 10th house. Authority. Alright, so overcoming indecision and reading the signs. That's where your crossroads were in the 10th house. Your career. How are you going to be in control of, you know, yourself and come into the position of authority in your life? I have 9th house on the bottom of the deck here too. All right. What am I hearing here? Why am I looking at this energy? Aries in the 6th house, North Node energy. Aries in the 6th house, North Node energy, Scorpio. Who has Scorpio on the 10th? Aquarius, Libra in the 9th. I don't know why I'm feeling like once we overcome this whole cardinal energy thing and once we step back into the fixed energy is where things are actually going to start taking off. I'm getting like tourist season. Because then we'll have Mars full blown in Aries. Neptune's not going anywhere until next year. Obviously, the focuses in on the 9th and the 10th houses have a lot to do with where you're exploring, where you're stepping into the energy of authority, and then overall, this is all helping you become healed, right? Because Chiron is in the very first sign that has to do with self. That's what I'm getting from this. All right, you guys, let me just pull back a little bit. Take a sip here. Energy deck. What happens with Scorpio's energy? The full moon in Scorpio. Hello. Come on, Jazz. Get your shit together. I'm like, what happens with Scorpio? I'm thinking full moon Libra, where we just were, with the full moon lunar eclipse, solar eclipse in Aries. What's the next full moon cycle after Libra, Scorpio? I'm looking at the energy of the North Node here. All right. And I was asking, what is this 10th house energy about? It's giving me Aries in the 6th, that has a lot to do with hard work, being of service to others, focusing in on your health at this time so that you prepare for your destiny. Because once we see full moon in 9th house energy finish up here, which is the cardinal energy, and a step into the fixed energy, we step into 10th house energy, will then be full moon in Scorpio for sun, moon, rising, Aquarius, and North Node, obviously. All right. Aquarius is where Pluto is, so that's where the transformation happens for us all right? So we got to remember that that's the generational planet that's taking the most change, causing destruction, and having us take a step back in order to move forward. The energy of Pluto in Aquarius to North Node in Aries, Sun in Aries, Chiron in Aries, what we're speaking about here is the energy of a sextile. So the energy is harmonious to get things to start popping off. Mercury will retrograde in the summer. Pluto will retrograde September 1st. All right, back into Capricorn. It will start its retrograde phase, I believe it's in May. In Aquarius, on the 2nd of May, it will go retrograde in Aquarius. But we're speaking about it stepping at its finality, right, back into Capricorn's energy, where it's very authoritative. It has a lot to do with 10th house energy, if you get what I'm saying. I don't know, guys. Let's see what this energy deck is bringing out here. All right. Obviously, you're focused on healing from whatever this ending is here. There's the indecision again. All tied up. Okay. You have to wrap that up. You have to heal whatever that is. That's pissing me off. I know that. And that's why you're tuning into the energy of spirituality with the temple path. I see it. Because you had experienced a broken heart. Or will be soon. You know what? Let me put that back. You know why? Because I feel like that's the reason you're healing here. What's the reaping the aftermath here with Mars action? You chose to take action, or at least you're going to. Okay. You want to be appreciated. You want balance and harmony in your life with the energy of the yin and the yang. You're strategizing on how to rest and rejuvenate and tune into the energy of your crown chakra. Can't make that shit up. What's the next card? Jasmine with Neptune vision, obviously. Third eye, crown eye chakra. Third eye, crown eye. Third eye and crown chakras. All right. It says, hope, light in the darkness. Makes perfect sense. Okay. Door to Spirit. This is you tapping into your spirituality now. You're right exactly where you need to be. Spirit said it. Man holding a heart. You're falling in love with somebody else. Or with something that's helping you heal is what I'm getting. Yep. Victory. Wow. Fourth chakra, that's the heart chakra. And then we have financial constraints as well, obviously. Alright. So maybe this is why Spirit is asking you now you need to start taking action. You've dealt with whatever that was. You were indecisive. It held you all tied up. You had to focus on your spiritual healing. You were brokenhearted, right? You had to step back into the energy of feeling appreciated, all right? Becoming balanced with the energy of the divine masculine and energies, divine masculine and feminine energies. You had to rest and rejuvenate, strategize how to utilize the energy of your vision, your crown chakra energy, that connection that you have to your intuition. And now that your vision is expanded and you're right where you need to be, the door to Spirit is opening up. You're tapping into the energy of love with the man holding a heart. This could be a mentor or your guides that's helping you victoriously tap back into the energy of your heart chakra and overcoming some sort of financial constraints in your life. This could be values as well. All right. Whatever this 10th house authority energy is, this is going to be you stepping back into your power and overcoming the indecision back over here where it came out. All right. Yep, told you. You want to start taking action. Look, Mars, start taking motion. What did I say? Once we hit Taurus season, where Mars was actually going to be stepping into Aries on April 30th, that's what's going to happen there. All right. What did I say? Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius energy, because of what came out here. Full moon Scorpio being in the 10th house for Aquarius. Guess who the hell is in the 4th house for Aquarius? Taurus. Alright, don't play. Don't play. The world. So right now, where the North Node is for Aquarius, 3rd house energy, it has a lot to do with what? Expanding in the energy of the media. Expanding your vision toward internet and social marketing and thinking big as fuck. This is taking off for you. Don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. 2nd chakra, thank you so much. This is all about the power of your manifestation right now, what you're being creative with, and how you're exploring and self-express in areas that you've never expressed before. Alright? This is how you're stepping back into your power. Yep. Look at your bag right there. Period. Alright? That's big. That's real big. It's a new journey for you. You manifested this. You did this. Because you chose to heal back here from something else that broke your heart. Alright. Let's look at the positive side of this reading. I'm going to pull from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun on these. I'm almost done. Calm down. You're huffing and puffing at me. You're not the boss around here. Alright, guys. Let's look at this. Whoa, that flew out. What was that? Tell me if that's indecision one more time. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Look. Look at this. What did I say? That full moon in Libra. I don't know, you guys. That was a heavy hitter. That's what I'm getting. That shit hit somebody hard. Alright. Indecision. All tied up. Temple path, broken heart. Alright. I'm getting that, oh shit. Spirit said it. I gotta say it. Alright, here we go. Back when we had that, what was it? The new moon solar eclipse that happened in Libra back in October 14th of 2023. That was the energy back then. You were dealing with something. You were indecisive about something. Look what came out. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, is this speaking about the eclipse energy back in October of 2023? You experienced some sort of broken heart. Maybe you tried to come back into contact with somebody. What the hell was happening back then? Let me look at it because I have the energy here. All right, let's look at that time frame at least. We had from October 4th. All right, let's look at the energy. Mercury was entering Libra at the time. We had the last quarter moon in Cancer. Venus was in Virgo. Pluto had just went direct in Capricorn on the 10th. We had Mars that entered Scorpio in its domicile energy. And then we had the new moon solar eclipse in Libra. That's what I just felt, this energy right here. All right, so indecisiveness pertaining to love. All right, Mercury entering Libra's energy. Let me look at this energy real quick. It's crazy. Mercury in Libra's energy speaks about being tempted by others, a group venture, needing others' good advice, a renewed relationship that blossoms in the inspiration of a hero. If that shit did not work out for you and it didn't come back into play from then till now, that you've been indecisive back and forth with whatever this is, Spirit's asking you, you need to start taking action. Because what was the very next card that came out was Mars. Okay? You had to learn how to strategize to be able to move forward, to become balanced, to appreciate the life that you were experiencing, at least, you know, what Spirit was offering you at the time. Because whatever that was that allowed you to rest and rejuvenate from then till now, that 6-month period, was opening up the energy of your crown chakra. It was opening you up right to this temple path energy is what it's saying. Spirit's asking you now it's time to start taking action. What the hell are you waiting for? I don't know. Everything happens in divine timing, right? Let's look at this. You were protected. You were protected that whole time. Did I not just mention something about earlier Leo's energy, like wanting to be in the spotlight, self-expressing how you feel, being creative, being in the energy of happiness, wanting to be the one in the spotlight. It was like all shining eyes on you the whole time. All right, so here where Neptune and Vision came out with Door to Spirit, man holding the heart, victory, 4th chakra energy is like heart chakra. All that protection that you had back when you were resting and trying to appreciate yourself, look at all of the goodness that it ended up coming with. And it opened you up to the energy of your vision to be able to see clearly. I don't know. You became publicly known for something, all right? You have now the ability to teach others is what I'm getting. I don't know, but you were protecting overall your emotional state, and I feel that your guides were protecting you as well. Here I'm getting like this new moon solar eclipse in Aries as well, right? It's going to be significant here. I'm telling you. Saturn and Libra. What's with the whole Aries Libra thing? What did I tell you guys? North Node, South Node energy, eclipse energy. I'm not making this shit up. Look, you see what I'm pulling here? You see what I'm pulling, right? Okay. Saturn's not in Libra. What was Saturn doing though? Creating structure. All right, within what? Your relationships. It wanted you to try to be devoted to something. Whatever was protected. That crown chakra energy. All right. All right, you had to sacrifice something back there. What's going on right here with this Neptune Vision energy? I told you Aquarius has something to do with this energy. Venus was in Aquarius up until March 10th. moved into Pisces on the 11th. It moved into Aquarius, I believe it was on February, where was it? February 16th it moved in, and it didn't move out until March 10th. All right. February 13th, I apologize. February 13th to March 10th. February 13th was the day before Valentine's Day. That person that you felt detached from during Valentine's Day, something else came through for you. There was some sort of other man holding your heart at that time. I don't know what this is, but I'm seeing you took a risk with somebody else or with something else. Saturn and Aries. Look at the Fool right there. You weren't afraid. You took the leap of faith. And you detached from something or somebody. What the hell was taken from you back then? There's the publicity card again. Maybe you chose to detach so much from the mental state. You took a risk with taking action on something. Alright? And whatever that something one had to do with the publicity. Whatever it was that you were putting out theatrically to other people. Alright? Some sort of wisdom and knowledge that you had. I see this angel here pointing to the stars. Were you interested in astrology? Oh, shit. I don't know. If you guys don't see astrology all over this, I don't know what you see. I see Earth. I see the moon. I see the stars. I see the sun. Alright. That was your fortune. That was your victory. Let's see right here. 10th house with woman holding a coin. Action. The World card. This was you expanding. Doing something. Thinking big. Getting creative. This took off for you or is going to take off for you. Alright, what's happening here? Sun and Gemini, it has to do with communication. Wow. I'm seeing the air elements here. I have the Sun in Gemini, the Sun in Libra. Sun in Gemini's energy is communication. Sun in Libra is the relationship aspect that you have. Alright. How you're able to remain harmonious and balanced over here. You're very versatile with the energies when it comes to I'm getting the way that you express your ideas, how you share your ideas, that type of energy. My nose is getting crazy. And then I've got Mercury and Libra down at the bottom of the deck. Interesting because Mercury rules the third house, which is here with the energy of the Sun. And then I have the Sun in Libra. Libra energy is all over this. I've got Venus, I've got Saturn, I have Mercury, and I have the Sun. And there goes that Mars in Aquarius energy. Whereas we just experienced Mars and Venus together in Aquarius just back in February. Here we are wrapping up March, and this is the first day of us being here in April. Alright. I just seen loss, enthusiasm, innovation with the rebellion card. Whatever it was that you were rebellious about here, whatever was enthusiastic to you, I see you may have taken a loss in the past, but you were innovatively coming back. Alright, that was part of your journey here. Let's pull one on that journey card up top. Wow. Jupiter Pisces in his domicile energy. Spirituality, the imagination, the subconscious, and Mercury and Leo. This was you putting on in the performance. My goodness, I know you guys hear that. Saturn and Cancer, doing some sort of charitable work. Interesting. Saturn and Cancer is in its what is that? In its detriment. Interesting. Yeah. Saturn is detriment in Cancer because it's opposing energy of its ruling house. Oh my god. This is insane. Alright. what's the message here? Like, where's the abundance that's coming in? Let's pull from this deck here. All right. This Mercury retrograde is going to be interesting. That's what I'm seeing. All right. What's the message here? The power of prayer. Give the situation to God for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives to you in response to your prayers. All right. It's kind of giving me, what do you wish to see come out of this? Bountiful nature. Spending time in nature helps you shift to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside, enjoy a walk or a hike with your pet, meditate beneath a tree, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. Okay. I got heavy Aries energy, heavy Libra in here. All right. What else do we have here? Deservingness. You are a beloved child of God like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels see how amazingly truly you are. And here we have quiet retreats. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Sever vows of poverty down at the bottom of the deck. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you have made consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. All right. The sun, the moon, Saturn. This whole sun moon opposition that we've been dealing with this Aries Libra axis, I'm feeling it here. And I'm also getting when Saturn steps into Aries, obviously it will oppose the energy of Libra. All right. You're taking a risk here. What are you actually being devoted to? Is this right for you? Don't continue to be indecisive about this. I have heavy Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air element out here. It's all over the place. Look at this. I'm not making this shit up. Look. Here we have Libra, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Libra, Libra. The Sun, Venus, Saturn, heavy. Okay. Alright guys, let me wrap this up real quick. I'll pull the crystal. I don't know guys, it feels like it's going to be an amazing year. You've gone through a whole lot of shit. I'm getting Aquarius, you've gone through a whole lot of shit. That's what I'm feeling. Alright, I explained the energy to you guys. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't. You seem to have been on some sort of higher knowledge journey here, trying to create some sort of, you know, even giving me like business energy. All right, you healing, going towards your destiny. I'm seeing you ending a very hard chapter in your life. I'm just getting you under the freaking ringer. Like, you had many changes, relationships, partnerships, friendships, love. All right, learning how to love yourself. That type of energy is what it's giving. Alright guys, I don't know, but it seems like you're coming out on the other side winning as well. So don't think that it wasn't for anything, right? It's like you learn a lesson from everything. That's what it's given. Alright, let's see what the crystal is for today. Moon's Day, Monday, April 1st. Mercury retrograde, last golden moon in Capricorn with Aries. And here we'll have the sun and the moon square later tonight in cardinal energy. What do we have for today? Spirit quartz. Connecting to community, universal love, harmony, and cooperation down at the bottom of the deck rhodonite, obviously. That was weird. I never checked what hour I was doing that reading, and it felt like Venus's hour. Let me check. I doubt it, but let me check. It had to be like Mars or the sun. First. I'm about an hour in already. Wow. Yeah, we were at the hour of Mars, stepping into the energy of the sun here. Alright, so Spirit Quartz and Rhodonite, 54 and 47. I'm seeing 9 and 11, 911. It's an emergency up in this bitch. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Connecting to community, universal love, harmony and cooperation, harmony in relationships, easily connecting with others, generosity, reciprocity, discovering hidden talents to share with others. That's the energy. I don't even think there's a need to read them out. You guys can look these up. My nose is itching like crazy. Didn't I say relationships kept coming out heavy? Their Libra's energy was all over the reading. All right. And we're reading at the hour of Mars. So that was giving me Mars is in Pisces. I don't know. It's like giving me the energy of like the sun in Aries now in opposition to whatever's happening close to Libra, right? And who's in Virgo? The closest sign to Libra or Scorpio? Oh, Juno. Juno is in Virgo with Lilith in Virgo. So the energy that's in opposition of the energy happening, you know, with Mars and Pisces opposing Juno and Virgo, that could have been it as well. You know what I mean? Like the whole Juno energy with partnerships, relationships, marriage, that whole deal. I mean, guys, the energy doesn't lie, right? This is how are you able to connect with others. All right? This is about you discovering your creative talents, harmony coming back in with relationships, people that may have hurt you. Mercury retrograde is going to bring these people back. All right? Where he's going to expose how they feel. You're going to have a message or something come through. You're going to have a sign. You're going to have somebody thinking of you and trying to manifest you back, and you're going to see synchronicities of this shit happening. They don't necessarily have to say a damn word. You'll know when you feel it. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.